Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zippy. For those who are new here, my name is Zippy the nurse. Zippy your nurse. In this channel, we normally talk about nursing. We also do some travel vlogs and some silly vlogs, Yani we just here for entertainment and learning. At the end of the day, they normally say learning without playing makes Jack a dull boy. So why would you want to be in books all the time without, goofing around? So basically, I'm here to talk about the last video that we uploaded was talking about retrogression, right? And we find that if you talk to people, they tell you, me, I'm just frustrated because, I was hoping that by the time, like me personally myself, me, I'm frustrated because I knew because I'm now done with the exam, like the NCLEX, which is the giant for this whole process. I mean, if you want to become a USRN, if you want to practice as an RN in the United States of America, you have to go through the exam, the IELTS, and the NCLEX. So me, I thought because I've already completed, I'm giving myself some few months and then I'm flying. But happy, I'm still here. So what is it? What are we going to do? So where do you get your motivation? What do you do? Because now things have happened. At the end of the day, it's not like in the US, si kwa mama ya mtu, you have to be patient. Hey guys, this thing has really taught people to be patient, Like it has really taught some of us patience. Some of us who didn't have patience, we are learning the virtue of being patient because I'm telling you, you see now, like everybody has strategies. People have projects, like maybe people wanted to get married. Some people wanted to get married, have children. By the time they're leaving to the US, they have a child who is about 4 years or 2 years. Because you see, if you get a child right now and in the process of starting your exam, after some time, maybe that child will be like about 3 years or 4 years, right? Because it takes about 18 to 24 months or even 36 months for you to finish this process. Like for me, I started this process in COVID came into the country in 2020 March, and I enrolled for MedPro in 2020 April. So 2020, 2021, that's 1 year. April 2022, that is 2 years. April 2023, those are 3 years. And I'm hoping and praying that April 2024, I won't be around. So I'll be basically saying my whole process has taken about 4 years, right? So imagine if that time I was starting that process, I would have gotten a child. Assuming I don't have children, assuming I'm just a young girl out there who is just finished, basic school of nursing, and then like you just, you understand what I say. So people have gotten so much frustration. This video here is just to encourage you and tell you, by the way, all is not lost. Because even if there is retrogression, it does not mean that your life is not going to move. With or without retrogression, life will still continue. With or without going to the US, life will still continue. So do not sit there and despair and you're telling yourself that, you know what, now me, I'm feeling so frustrated because at the end of the day, I was waiting to go to the US, but I have not left. So even in there are those French, sayings that say, kuvunjika kwa mwiko si mwisho wa kupika ugali. You will still find another alternative and know like, how will I cook ugali, because now you see this thing has happened. So in this case, what are you going to do? Think of other things that will happen. If you're there and you're in the process of starting your exams, you're in the process of like you've just begun, you've enrolled yourself into a certain agency, or maybe you're just doing it by yourself. Let me tell you guys, do not put all your eggs in one basket like some of us did. Me, I told you guys, I said from the word go, I said, let me be a lesson. Let people pick one lesson or two from me through this whole journey. If I feel like there's something I would have done better that I didn't do it, I come back to you and tell you, guys, you can do this in this way, or you can do this in this way. For example, if you've just completed high school, not high school, if you've just completed what we call basic nursing, you've worked for like 2 years, I mean, you don't have a family, you're still young, you can still migrate to the UK, because UK will not take long, because I mean, the pay in the country, like right now in our country, the pay of a nurse, just an RN, is not as good as compared to the pay of a nurse with an RN in the UK. I mean, the exposure that you get out there before you start settling down and getting a family, there are so many people who are helping people to get out of the country. Like, in this case, I'm talking about nurses. There is the likes of Akina Simiyu. You know, you talk, Google it up, you'll get the information. Don't just sit there and start complaining, winning around and saying, oh, I want to be a nurse. I thought nursing have money, you know. Don't expect to be employed by the government, because as by our time, the only thing we thought about, like, if you're a nurse in Kenya, the best employer should be the government, you know. Yes, it's the best employer, but before you get employed by the government, wake up and think of a plan B, you know. If you've just completed your high school, your basic nursing, just don't stagnate there. Don't retrogress. Don't retrogress with the retrogressed people who are in the retrogression. Wake up and think, what do I need to do? Because I had already started this journey of the US, and then I am hearing my people who are ahead of me complaining, my seniors are complaining, they're not moving, they're kind of stuck. Because now you see, you can, if you already finished your documentary complete, and then again starting your process of at least you going to UK, you know, Australia, Canada, it becomes more expensive and tedious for you. Moving with your family from here, and then after some time the US government calls you. I mean, it becomes so tedious. So just be patient if you're already in it. But if you're not in it, just wake up and do something else. You know, you can even start the process of UK, you can start Canada, you can start Australia. I mean, you can even start in United Arab Emirates. They also pay very well. There's so many agencies that have come up there, and they're taking nurses. As long as an agency is legit, take that risk and move, you know, take that risk and move. If you had a project that you had started and you felt like because of this stagnation, because of this retrogression, your projects are not moving, just dust yourself. You know, you can be just like a child who falls down there and says, you know what, because now nimeanguka, I'm waiting for my mommy to come and pick me. No, pick yourself up, dust yourself. If you had stopped doing locums, like, you know, there are some people who had stopped doing locums, and they're like, now I'm waiting to go to the US, and then I'm reserving my energy for like the US and stuff. I hear people there, they work and they get money. You know, dust yourself, move and start doing those locums. Live like your life does not depend on the US immigration, right? Live like your life, you're living it today. You don't know about tomorrow. You don't know about tomorrow. It's not guaranteed. Now that retrogression has hit you, are you going to kill yourself? No. You're already trained as a nurse. You've been practicing as a nurse in the country. Think of a plan B, because plan A is not working. Think of plan B. All is not lost. At the end of the day, it could be temporarily. It could just be a temporary retrogression, or it could take longer. And then don't forget to pray about it. So, like, for example, in my situation, because I've already completed everything, I am here waiting for the retrogression not to retrogress again, because the only thing I can pray and hope for is that it does not retrogress any further. Like, it does not go backwards to a worse situation than it is right now. What do I need to do? If you had a project, maybe like you have a land, you can start tilling. I mean, you do your projects, do your things like your life is not depending on this whole immigration journey. Just start your process and move. Even if it's something that you will start and it will be there for 3 months, even if it will be in existence for 3 months, you will say at least you tried. At the end of the day, it's better to try than you know, die saying that you never. You'd rather die trying to be rich other than saying you died poor because you didn't try. There is this saying that people are passing around and saying, you cannot say that you come from a humble background even up to when you're at your 20s. You come from a humble background. That humble background, it's you to change it right now. You cannot live saying I'm from a humble background and yet you're an adult. You already gotten your ID. I mean, come on. So now retrogression has hit you. You cannot keep on saying we are in retrogression and you retrogress. You also need to wake up and do something else. And there's so many things that we can do. Let's engage ourselves in the comment section and ask ourselves, you as a nurse, what can you do? Maybe you thought of opening up a clinic, you didn't open because you were going to America. You thought of doing locums and maybe like start farming, you didn't because you were going to America. You thought of starting a BSN, you didn't because you thought I mean those kind of things. Just wake up and think about what you can do. Like wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Bye bye. God bless you. And we hope the retrogression does not retrogress.